car that hit you look like?
It was a black Pontiac. All I know is that on the license plate it had F7, and that's all I can tell you.
Okay, thank you. Mark just got hit by a car. He has to use his sensory memory and his stress memory to remember what car hit him.
Long-term memory is the relatively permanent and limitless storehouse of the memory system, meaning that your brain can store an infinite number of long-term memories as long as it believes that those memories are fit to be stored for further use in the future. Long-term memories can contain knowledge, skills, and experiences. And there are two types of long-term memories, implicit and explicit. Implicit memories are ones that you don't need to think about before doing, like riding a bike. After you've learned to ride a bike, you can do it unconsciously without having to think about keeping your balance or pedaling or steering properly. You just are able to do it naturally. Explicit memories involves conscious awareness. You have to think about it in order to be able to perform that task. For example, trying to remember the lyrics to your favorite song. That is an explicit memory. LTP is the last piece of the puzzle in long-term memory. Stands for long-term potentiation, and basically what it is an increase in a synapse's firing after brief rapid stimulation. You actually get better at creating memories once experiences occur more and more often, because experiences strengthen neural pathways to the brain. And once these neural pathways start to work with LTP, which is long-term potentiation, that is when you begin to get better at making memories and storing long-term memories for the future.
In preparation for my test, I study my textbook every single day.
By reading my textbook every day, I start to encode it into my short-term memory by rehearsing it. Rehearsing is consciously repeating information so you can remember it. Working memory is also a form of short-term memory. It states that new and old information come together to retrieve or remember information easier. For example, using information from Chapter 1 to help me study for Chapter 7 to help me succeed.
I have to recall all 8 of these numbers. Let's see if I can remember. 1, 7, 9, 11, 18, 73, 46, and 2.
I was able to recall all these numbers quickly by using my sensory memory, specifically iconic memory. My iconic memory allows me to have photographic memory for a short amount of time to remember the things I saw a couple seconds earlier. Along with iconic memory, there's also something called echoic memory. Have you ever thought your teenager is ignoring you, but then they recite every single word you say? Don't fall for it. It's a trick. Their echoic memory helps them recall everything you've said for the next couple seconds. Once they're done repeating the words back to you, they're going to forget everything you just told them.
Explicit memory, also known as declarative memory, requires conscious effort and thought to recall items. With the 7 dwarfs and 44 presidents being one example, another example is the Woodrow Wilson compromise with the 14 points, learning them in history and the next day taking a test on them and writing them down and their importance. Helping us with the explicit memory, the hippocampus is involved in encoding and storing new information for long-term use. There are 2 sides to the hippocampus. The right side is spatial, while the left side is facts, words, and events. In contrary, the cerebellum, which is involved with the implicit memory, not having too much effort to remember how to do something, is all about basic motor movements such as writing with a pencil or walking, swimming, stuff like that. And finally, amnesia, which I totally forget, just kidding, classic psych joke, is all about the disruptance in the short-term memory to the long-term memory process. Amnesia is related to the destruction of the hippocampus, being unable to remember encoding and storing new information for long-term use. There are 2 types of amnesia. You have anterograde, which is being unable to learn new things, and retrograde, which is being unable to learn old things or remember old things. I hope you enjoyed and got to learn a little more about the memory. And don't forget